But then again, this is like the problem that would happen if, you know, you're casting 2 straight guys to play, you know, 2 gay guys. It just wasn't it. It wasn't it. Like, she didn't give it to us the way that we wanted to. It wasn't a Call Me By Your Name. It wasn't a Brokeback Mountain. Where the fuck was Rafael Luna? Instead, we got freaking Miguel, who is like, oh, bitch, like, you're just like a non-motherfucking factor. Like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to talk about the movie adaptation of the book Red, White, and Royal Blue. So some background on this book is that I got this book as a birthday gift from one of my best friends from high school for one of my birthdays a few years back, and I never had the time to like read it. But if you know me, I'm an avid reader. I love books. I've just been so busy and enamored with making YouTube videos and shorts and editing, and that's been my passion right now. So I haven't been really good about reading books, but you know, I love reading books. I feel like reading is a free vacation, so like, why wouldn't you want to read? As far as the book, I thoroughly enjoyed the book. Like, I thought it was a great summer, campy, not serious, just like a fresh, like, read, you know? And it was very contemporary. As I was turning the pages, like, it left me wanting more, you know? And at the end, it did tie everything together. So as far as the book, like, I fully enjoyed it. Also, like, I have to be in a certain mindset when I'm reading. So, like, when I was reading this book, I was kind of like, I'm in my relationship with my boyfriend who I'm very happy with. When I was reading Gone Girl, I was like in a thriller mood, Gone Girl was a great book as well. It was like one of the books that I felt like kept up with the movie. Not really gonna say that about this like book adaptation. But anyway, even when I read like Crazy Rich Asians and the last book I read before Red, White, and Royal Blue, which was The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren, which was another great book. And when I was reading those 2 books, I was in a mindset of like love and like, you know, just very like lighthearted, and you know, I just wanted like a quick summer read to get through. And I also felt like Crazy Rich Asians, the trilogy, were great books, and the movie was awesome as well. I think I've seen it like 14 times or whatever. I don't know, something crazy like that. I'm ready for the sequel, so Kevin Kwan, where you at? Basic synopsis of this book is, it is a book told from the point of view of Alex Claremont-Diaz, who is the first son of the President of the United States, who is a woman played by Uma Thurman. After Alex gets a very snobbish reaction from Prince Henry during one of their very first encounters, he continues to hate him, and he has this just like fiery feeling of like disgust for this guy. He just can't stand the prince. So fast forward, Alex and the prince meet again at an event that Prince Henry's family is hosting. So after Alex gets extremely trashy drunk and gets liquid courage, he goes up to Prince Harry and asks him, like, you know, like, what's the deal? Like, why have you been such an asshole to me? And when literally push comes to shove, Alex basically has a multi-level tiered cake just drop on both him and the prince, and the press has a field day with it. Post cake crashing, the White House and Buckingham Palace decide to do damage control after the stunt because of a rift in trade relations between the 2 superpowers. So the 2 world powers decide to manufacture a false narrative that the first son of the United States, Alex, and the Prince of England, Henry, are actually best friends, and they've been best friends since before this fiasco of the cake falling down. They are forced to hang out with each other even though they don't really want to, and you know, the cameras create a false fake story with all these pictures that they're smiling and they're happy to be with each other, and it's just a very manufactured press storyline that has to be done.
That's right,
This is a video that Paris Hilton, and I'm saying this on tape. She hit me last night for no reason, apparently, at my friend's house, and I didn't know she'd be there, and she hit me, and she hit me with a drink.
2 seconds later. Yeah,
No.
ticket. Yeah, ticket.
Ask her. She's right there.
Ticket.
Lindsay, tell them the truth.
Nisha, what's going on, Nisha? Tell us.
Never, Lindsay, she's my friend. Everyone lies about
Lindsay.
everything. She's a nice person. Please, leave us alone.
So your
We're
friends?
So that
Yes,
video
we're all
statement
happy
earlier
girlfriends.
today was
I'm
wrong?
waiting in the car. She never did that. She's a good girl.
Because Alex's mom is in the midst, honey, of a fiery re-election battle between her arch nemesis Republican presidential candidate Richards, Jeffrey Richards, I believe his name was. So during this course of hanging out, the two become best friends because they realize that they have more in common than not with each other. They start texting each other every now and then, and one thing leads to another, and they become more than friends. Spoiler alert, so if you don't want to get spoiled, then click off the video. So the acting was very questionable. Casting is so important, and as an actor, you either have it or you don't. Alex Claremont-Diaz is being played by Taylor Zakar Perez, who is known for The Kissing Booth. Yeah, not really one of my favorite movies. I couldn't get through the first one. I did get through it, but it was tough and I didn't even click on 2 or 3, so yeah. And you know what, I'm not a hater for like a teenage rom-com. I'm not a hater for a teenage high school series. Like, I loved Never Have I Ever. I loved The Summer When I Turned Pretty. I'm so ready to watch season 2 with my best friend. And you know, I loved To All the Boys I Loved Before. Like, these were all really great like high school coming of age like series and, you know, on streaming services. So I like wanted this movie to be something like that, but it wasn't. Taylor Perez, like, I have never really seen him as an actor, so like I didn't have a preconceived notion of his ability or, you know, what he was gonna give. I didn't really have any expectations for him as an actor for this movie. And the same can be said for the guy who plays Prince Henry, which is Nicholas. However, I do know one of my silver starlets, one of my queens, you know, one of the women of film who just like give it to me. Uma Thurman was in there. Love her like in Kill Bill. I loved her in Pulp Fiction, like Gattaca, like the list goes on. Like, she's everything to me. So it's like she basically single-handedly carried the Batman movie with George Clooney on her back. So there you go. So the gays and the allies are going crazy for this film. In a August 2023 Vogue opinion article titled 50 Thoughts I Had Watching Red, White, and Royal Blue, Emma Spector writes, oh my god, again, Uma Thurman is Alex's mom, the president, and she's doing a thick southern accent. I'm obsessed. They should have had more of Uma in this film, to be honest, but I guess they wanted to focus on the gay love story, which I get it, like, it's fine. Anyway, Taylor, who plays Alex, I just felt like he was trying too hard. Like, I didn't like the way he was acting. It just felt like very forced to me. Like, it wasn't natural. Like, it didn't feel authentic. So, and that's just like my opinion. However, the guy who played Prince Henry, I thought was great. Like, I thought he was such a great actor. I want to see him in more films. So, as a couple, I felt like the love and the connection on Prince Henry's side for Alex was real, and I felt it, versus the love that Alex was trying to give to Prince Henry was very manufactured, and I did not feel it from Alex's side. But then again, this is like the problem that would happen if, you know, you're casting 2 straight guys to play, you know, 2 gay guys. So like Hollywood still hasn't learned that concept. And it's also like in the same era of, you know, like a straight cis male playing a transgender. Like, there are amazing, talented LGBTQIA+ actors out there. Like, why can't we use them to play a role that they're living, you know? In an August 2022 Refinery29 article titled, "Is it okay for straight actors to play queer roles?" out lesbian actress Jacqueline Tomani states, "I'm sometimes frustrated when I see straight actresses specifically playing lesbian roles and I don't necessarily believe them." And also adds, "Sometimes I feel like, oh, this is supposed to be our story and it's not. It's getting lost in translation. It can be as big as the writing or as simple as these two girls do not look like they like kissing each other." I'm not saying it can't be done because like for me, when I watched Call Me By Your Name, which I watched like a million times, like I felt the connection. Like I felt the chemistry between Armie Hammer and Timothy Chalamet. I read the book and I was like, wow, like this was like phenomenal, you know? And I really felt like Timothy Chalamet and Armie Hammer did such an amazing job together. And that's also to say, you know, Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger did an amazing job in Brokeback Mountain. Like these are iconic movie roles that I like love. And I'm not saying it can't be done, you know, because it's obviously been done before. Like, look how amazing like those films came out. They're like critically acclaimed movies. Like, and Timothy Chalamet is just like my style icon. Like, I just want to be him. You know, with a lot of these movies where two straight cis male actors are playing gay characters, these are just gonna be the many obstacles that they have to overcome. And, you know, there's something called like an intimacy trainer or like, you know, continually practicing making out to make it more authentic. Like these are things that help actors like get into their roles a little bit better. In a Variety article titled "Red, White, and Royal Blue, Sex Scenes Are Fueled by Voracious and Animalistic Desires," says star Nicholas Galitzin. The article shares that an intimacy coordinator helped the leading men get as comfortable with each other as possible because these people, they fall very in love, but then at times their appetite for each other is voracious and animalistic. Even in Call Me By Your Name, there was when they were doing the press junket where Armie Hammer and Timothy Chalamet were on the Ellen DeGeneres show, they had an interview where like Timothy Chalamet basically talks about him and Armie Hammer going to the director's house and just practicing making out, and like that's like something, you know, that has to be done. Like you have to get into your role and try to portray that natural feeling that you're probably not used to because you're straight, you know, so. Reason number 2 of why I did not like this movie: the production quality. And let's really get into production quality, okay? Let's compare Red to other like teenage, high school movies or series from streaming services. The Kissing Booth, the first one, had a production budget of $11 million. To All the Boys That I Loved, the P.S. I Still Love You, the second one, they had a production budget of $18 million. As far as gay movies, Love, Simon cost a whopping $17 million to make. Red cost $57 million. That was their production budget. So in my head, I'm like, why does this movie still feel so extremely cheap, and why does it look so cheap to me? $57 million is more than $11 million. It's more than $17 million. So like, where did the money go? Like, in a BBC article titled "Red, White, and Royal Blue is a Royal Disappointment," Louis Stable writes, "From the start, the film's aesthetic and tone feel akin to a big budget Hallmark movie." Harsh but true, it just felt like a Hallmark movie. Like it was giving Christmas in July vibes. And then like, what the hell? The scene where they leave the Christmas party on the White House lawn and they're like by the trees and it's snowing. Like what the fuck was that? The snow like looked like so fake. I'm like, so disappointed. I just don't know where the $57 million production budget went. Like, the math is not mathing, people. In an article titled "Red, White, and Royal Blue Review, Bland Gay Romance Opts for Beige" by Benjamin Lee for The Guardian, Lee writes, "Similarly, while the film exists in a universe of overly lit, tiny budget backlot fakery, effort is put into using real news anchors including Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid, and real newspapers such as The Guardian. One laughable scene also includes the actual White House with a lit marquee housing the year's cheapest looking New Year's party in the back garden. Couldn't have said it better than myself. When I was watching that scene of the New Year's Eve party underneath the tent, like I was like, what is this? Like, number 3 of why I didn't like this movie. The movie cut certain characters, and I'm like, I was very disappointed with that. The fact that they cut Alex's older sister June, like, who is like such a pivotal like person in Alex's life, who supports him and is part of like the White House trio. Like, why wasn't she there? I don't understand that. I also don't understand like why Princess Bea, Prince Henry's sister, her storyline for being like a drug addict and like a cocaine princess or whatever, she was just like an afterthought, where in the book she like plays like a more major role in Prince Henry's life, you know? And then I also didn't like how we got a king instead of a queen. Like, I guess they were trying to go down with the patriarchy. But in the book, like one of the final scenes is when Alex and Henry meet with the queen, and like the queen basically tells them like she doesn't like what they're doing, and the queen tells Prince Henry like, your life is supposed to be for the crown and for the country, but instead we get the king. So I'm like, don't know why they cut out Alex's stepdad. They also cut out Liam, who was Alex's like pseudo, sometimes maybe not really boyfriend. But the most notable person who was not in the film that was in the book and who played a major role in the book was freaking Raphael Luna. Like, where the fuck was Raphael Luna? Instead, we got freaking Miguel, who is like, oh, bitch, like, you're just like a non-motherfucking factor. Like, I can't believe we didn't get a Raphael Luna in this movie. I guess Miguel was a mixture of Liam and Raphael Luna. But then I'm like, we basically got like Great Value when we should have got Whole Foods. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we needed Raphael Luna because he was the gay out independent senator who he idolized, who he wanted to be once he was of legal age to like campaign and start his political prowess, and instead we got Miguel. So I'm like, number 4 of why I didn't like this movie. Certain parts of the book did not make it into the movie, and that was kind of annoying. So what happened to the rendezvous in Wimbledon? Like, we never got a Wimbledon moment where Alex and Prince Henry like just hot heavy sex, and you know, I'm like, I'm reading the book for literature and watching the movie for like you know, for entertainment, not for like the raunchy sex scenes. But you know, like, they missed that one. So I was like, where is this Wimbledon scene, guys? I also really didn't like how they downplayed Alex coming out to his mom and his dad. Like, I just felt like coming out is like such a huge like moment in any LGBTQ person's life, and like the fact that they really downplay that like in the movie like really made me upset, because I feel like that was important. Like in the book, like I felt the anxiety and the tenseness and like the relatability of like when Alex has to come out to his mom and especially his dad. So like when it just became like an afterthought in the movie, like it really was disappointing. Especially with the dad, because like it was like a very quick scene, and you know, like there was a lot of dialogue that was like very like tugged at your heartstrings kind of feeling in the book. So like the fact that they didn't like really get into the coming out, like it was like a downer. Also, where's the history, huh? Like that was like the tagline. That was like a major part of this movie. Like, I don't know why weren't there t-shirts outside of Buckingham Palace with people like saying history, huh? And there weren't people holding signs that said history, huh? Where was it, huh? Like, if you didn't read the fucking book, you wouldn't have understood it. But like in the book, like Alex and Prince Henry's like really sexual and private, intimate, raunchy emails were hacked and leaked to the press and everybody. And there's like one part where Alex writes to Henry, quote, history, huh? I bet we could make some. And I'm like, that's so cute. That is like such a cute tagline. That's such a like, that's cute. That's really cute. So like the fact that they didn't have that in the movie, I'm like, you like missed it. Prime Video, Miss Amazon, what the hell happened there? But like, if I had to pick one thing that they missed, like I didn't like the fact that they didn't have a, you know, rendezvous in like the car. Like there is a part in the book where Alex and Prince Henry meet in a Secret Service like SUV. They like start making out and like have sex or whatever, but I guess a photographer like catches them in the car, takes pictures, and then that is what like, you know, starts the catastrophe of everyone finding out that they're together, you know, and then the emails start leaking, and then the press gets hold of these like salacious emails. Final thoughts. If you're looking for like a campy, unserious summer movie with conventionally attractive cis straight guys who are playing gay, you know, characters in a movie, then like this is for you. It's like very just like, it's whatever. It's like, it's easy. It's nothing serious. It's fun. But if you read the book, if you had expectations for the movie, if you're fully invested in the fucking movie, it just wasn't it. It wasn't it. Like, she didn't give it to us the way that we wanted to. It wasn't a Call Me By Your Name. It wasn't a Brokeback Mountain. It wasn't Heartstoppers, you know. It just wasn't, you know. But I think that you should just take it for what it is. Read the book. The book is always better. I'm not gonna say that like there wasn't any trying in the movie. Like I appreciate the effort, but I just felt like maybe my expectations were too high for this, you know? That's all I have for you guys today. See you on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, bye. Okay, so from 1 to 10, how would you rate Red, White, and Royal Blue last night?
I would give it a 6.
Okay, but you didn't read the book.
No.
So why would you say 6 out of 10?
Because I liked it. It was entertaining, but I feel like maybe it could have been better.
Okay, so Call Me By Your Name, how would you rate that?
10.
Me too. What about Brokeback Mountain?
It's a little triggering for me, so I'd say a 5.
Okay, but what about Love, Simon?
Love, Simon. Which one's that?
Exactly. But anyway, so did you feel like the chemistry between the two was authentic, or did you like not like the acting, or what did you think about that?
No, I felt it. Like,
You
I liked
did?
it. Yeah, I did.
Okay, well.
You didn't?
No. I thought the guy who played Prince Harry was really good, Prince Henry, but the guy who was Alex, like I didn't really like his acting. It felt like forced, and like the relationship between them, I felt like Prince Henry, like he was a really good actor. Okay, well, that's all I have for you guys today, and I'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to what?
Like, subscribe, and what's the other one?
Like,
follow.
Yeah. No, like, subscribe, and comment.
Comment, yeah.
Okay, bye.